birds, you saw birds there, but who are known as residents who can stay here throughout the winter time because we don't have a real severe winter. We have a lot of rain and it gets a little cold, but it's not like snowing and freezing, and there's always food available of some kind or another. So.
Right. Yeah. I think I have hummingbirds that stay in my yard year round.
There are a few of them that do, And so I asked somebody because I wasn't sure about that either. I know, I've seen them. They make that little noise and they do that little zip, zip, zip. They're so cool.
They are cool.
And so if there's a feeder available or whatever, then they can, even though there aren't as many flowers, still,
And then the other thing that a lot of local people might have noticed is this year is I don't think the geese are here yet. And that's my favorite.
Geese. Yeah, the Aleutian geese. The Canada geese are here. So there's Canada geese.
Oh, I haven't heard them yet. Usually you hear them going honk, 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 honk through the sky. And I don't think I've heard them yet.
There's a lot of them at the marsh. And in the Arcata bottoms, there's quite a few Canada geese, but they're and they don't migrate. They are here year round.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
They're here year round. So the Aleutian geese are the ones, they're also known as cackling geese. They're a subspecies of Canada geese.
They have the same coloration, but they're smaller.
And they have a higher voice too. So instead of whoop whoop, they're whoop, 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 like that. They're up a little higher. So and they're
you all
a
can
little
practice
smaller.
your bird imitations at home too. See how you do.
And they have a little white necklace. So if you see a white necklace and smaller and
Oh, okay, got it. I just like how they go in the cow fields and graze along with the cows.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That's kind of awesome. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you guys, we can also answer questions.
So if you have any math or science questions that you're interested in, so if fractions give you trouble and you just want a quick little refresher, or if there's a science question that's in your mind, so all you do is go to homeworkhotline.tv on your computer. Or any device, really, and just give us a shout, and once we see you typing in on our screen, we'll be happy to answer some questions for you.
Yes.
So, math, science, we got it. Yeah,
we got
you
covered.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we're on the same page here, Beth. I think.
Yeah,
no problem. All right, so anyway, I think we have other slides regarding migration. So the first thing is, what does it mean to migrate? So I have two options here. They are stay in one place or move when necessary. And I guess I would ask you that question, Beth.
Oh, so it's a quiz.
Yes, it is.
I love quizzes because I'm that big of a school nerd.
Goody.
Okay, so what does it mean to migrate? I'm going to say B, move when necessary.
Yes.
Okay.
It does mean that.
Yay.
So birds are amazing. So then the question, which is answered here, but is why move during different seasons? And in part because the season changes, it's partly due to temperature. You got to have the right temperature for food to be available and for you to be able to not freeze or be too hot, whichever one it is for you. And you need a place to lay your eggs if you're a bird, or just take care of your young. And so there needs to be food, and there needs to be a place to nest.
So is there one location where they nest and raise babies, and then there's a different place where they go to winter? Is that kind of how it goes?
Yes, those migrators do that, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So the Aleutian geese actually moved in the summertime up to the Aleutian Islands as part of Alaska.
Hence the name, I guess.
Hence the name.
Yeah.
And they had their babies on these islands, and now they come down here to spend their winter.
And are the babies already big enough to migrate?
Yes.
I never thought about that
yes,
before.
They are.
So how old are the youngest little migrating baby birds?
That's a great question. I don't know that I can fully answer.
Now I'm thinking of flying babies.
Yes. Yeah. So if they came, let's see, they moved north in the fall. No, wait, they moved north in the spring. Sorry, thank you. In the spring. So then they were up there. So what are we talking like?
Maybe 6 months?
April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay. Yep.
Wow,
6 to 7 months.
They're like 7-month-old geese. I think they look like adults, right?
They do. They do.
They're probably a nuisance in line. They're probably the ones like, honking each other on the feathers and stuff flying along. But
it's amazing what they can do. Yeah. I mean, the amount of energy that it takes and the distance they go is just phenomenal.
Yeah, like thousands of miles, right?
Yes, thousands of miles.
Yeah, it's more than we could ever hope to walk, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could try, but I don't think we'd be successful.
Yeah. Okay, so what else do we have
All right,
to say
we
about migration?
have another slide, and this slide has to do with a specific migrator, and they're coming back. I have not seen them yet. Actually, I mean, I've only seen a couple, but not too many. So this is your choices. There are 3 choices here. Is this a ruddy duck, a northern shoveler, or a bufflehead?
I would have said that was a mallard. This isn't a trick question, is it?
Not at all, not at all.
Okay, let's see. Well,
I can see why, because it has a green head. The male has a green head.
But I'm really examining that beak. It looks maybe bigger than usual. I'm going to say he's a northern shoveler.
I think that was a great guess, and you are correct, because that's it, like the shoveling of the, because it's so long, absolutely. And there's his mate in the background.
And she also looks like maybe her beak is wider than an average duck's.
It is. It's definitely longer than, and so they come back. And they spend their winter here, and they're really cool ducks. There's a whole bunch of them on what's called the oxidation ponds in the Arcata Marsh, and they enjoy.
And anyone can go out to the Arcata Marsh. I think it's at the foot of Ice Street. So if you're ever there in Arcata, anybody can go out there and see the amazing birds out there. So it's just an open parkland with lots of amazing birds.
Yeah, lots of great trails, really good trails for biking and for walking and for running. So that's really nice.
Yeah. Great field trip for people who are looking for a place to go look at the birds.
Absolutely.
All right, so what's that one?
All right, so we have, again, the same, now we've narrowed the choices. Now you have a 50-50 chance.
That's right.
We have eliminated northern shoveler. We now have ruddy duck or bufflehead.
Well, I think ruddy means red, and that does not look red, so I'm going to say he's a bufflehead.
Very good deductive reasoning. This is a bufflehead. Also, if you're a hunter, a duck hunter, you call these butter balls, I think I recall. They're a very tasty duck, and they are also really cool looking. I love the
beautiful.
head. Yeah, really
that
pretty.
profile with that really round head is kind of adorable.
And the males have what's known as kind of a harem. So one single male like this might have like 5 or 6 females following him around.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. And does he interact with the chicks at all, or do the mama birds do that?
I don't know about that, but I'm pretty sure that it's just the mother in this case. But there certainly are cases where males do.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Okay, I hope there's a third quiz question, because I really feel strong about the next answer.
Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Which one is it? Ruddy duck, northern shoveler, bufflehead?
I'm pretty sure that's the ruddy duck.
Yay.
And also it looks red. And is its beak blue?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's so cool. This is breeding season, so they don't look this bright. And look at their tail. I love the way they hold their tail. It's like almost straight up.
Yeah.
And
so isn't that funny?
It's adorable.
And then they're very low in the water too. Look at that.
Low in the water, and they're diving ducks. That's the other thing. That was good that you noticed that. Actually, buffleheads are diving ducks too, and shovelers are just the puddle ducks where they just go. You know,
they just flop over.
Flop over and go. Yeah, but their butt goes up in the air, or their rear end.
So if I'm looking at ducks and I see a duck that's very low in the water, can I guess that it's a diving duck?
You could, if you knew that it was a. How can I put this? Is a duck, because you could very low in the water is a cormorant, which is a bird, but it's got a skinny beak.
Right.
Yeah, these are smaller ducks too, so they're a little smaller than the other.
And I would think that riding lower in the water is because it has less buoyancy, which makes it easier to dive.
That's probably.
I make up
I
science
thought
all
about
day
that.
long, so I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe that's possible. I'm not sure, but that's a cool explanation that I haven't really considered. But yeah, nice.
I just make up things and decide it's science. That's how it works in the math world.
Oh yes. Yeah, that wouldn't work too well if a scientist did that with math, huh?
Yep.
No. Don't forget, you guys. You can always text us.
Yes. So you can just jump into the chat. We have our iPad here. I'm going to check it right now and see.
Yes.
Okay, so you can ask questions or make comments here in the chat panel. So if you're watching this, you can just go to your computer, go to homeworkhotline.tv, and then you can just toss in a question or a comment. So join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, we certainly would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do. Now, we've gotten off the ducks with this one.
And I think I'm up to 4 points, so I'm pretty excited about this.
Yes, yes, she's doing very well.
I'm going to want a paper with an A on it to take to my mom when we're done
here today. Very well,
and
you should. This is a super cool bird.
Okay.
It has, look at its beak. It's not totally straight. It kind of sweeps up. And what they do is they sweep back and forth in the water to get little tiny things like brine shrimp. So this is either... You got, this is like an AP test, isn't it? The AP test has 5 examples or 5, answered possibilities. Willit, American avocet, western sandpiper, greater yellowlegs, or marbled godwit. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, I'm in real trouble. Well, let's see here. I don't see any yellow on the legs.
Okay.
So that one's gone.
That's a good elimination.
And then I think a sandpiper is at the beach. I don't know about the sandpiper. I'm tempted. I'm going to say the Sandpiper.
You're going to say the Sandpiper.
Yeah.
All right, so let me tell you why that is incorrect, because
there goes my perfect score.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's okay. Yeah, you did great so far. They're smaller. Sandpipers are much smaller birds, and they don't have the length of beak. This beak has, and this is an American avocet.
An avocet.
An avocet.
Okay. And
So
do they
these are
live around
avocets.
here?
They, during the right time of year, they do live around here, but they come and go, so they're migrators.
I think I've always thought anything with those long legs and that long skinny beak, because I think I've always thought they were all Sandpipers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I didn't realize there was like another variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Well, we'll have another.
Well,
we'll have more
there
pictures.
There goes my perfect score.
Yeah. Well, Beth, I
man.
think you have a better chance with this one. So
Okay,
let's
good.
check it
I'm
out.
probably a little over-invested in the whole quiz thing,
Yeah,
too.
that's okay.
I should probably
It's
just
good.
breathe. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yes.
All
Now you
right.
have only. Now you have
Oh,
four.
those are some yellow legs.
Yes. You
All
got it.
right.
This is such a cool bird. I love this bird. It does all kinds of like funny calling when you scare it. I can't even do it right, but anyway, there it is with the yellow legs, and and it's using it's going in the mud and picking up little worms and little tiny mollusks, which are things that have a shell. And so anyway, yay.
And then how does it manage mollusks? It doesn't look like that beak is strong enough to
Yeah,
break a shell.
it doesn't, but usually there's some tiny like larval mollusks.
Oh,
so
okay.
mollusks that are not yet, don't have really hard shells. And
Oh, okay, so
yeah.
they can catch the teeny tiny ones and eat those.
Exactly.
Okay,
The
got
teeny
it.
tiny ones, yes.
Yeah. All right, so what is that?
Oh my goodness, now we have 3 choices. We have
Oh,
the-
yeah, let's see. I've already eliminated the avocet and the yellow legs.
Yes.
It's beautiful, whatever
It is.
is. Oh,
When
yeah.
does it look like this?
And then I think I've seen a bunch of posters for Godwit Days, and I wish to heck I had paid attention because I didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that that is the Willit.
Oh, good job. That's the Willit. Good process of elimination there.
Yep, that's
And
all it is.
I know. If this bird had its wings down, it would look basically grayish and not all that exciting. But once it flies, it's beautiful.
A beautiful picture.
It is.
And do they flock? Do you see a
They
bunch
do.
of them at once?
Yes, it's very. Oh my goodness.
And then how
so
big
many.
are they? Like duck-sized or?
Like I'd say maybe a smaller duck size.
Small
like
duck-sized.
A Godwit's bigger, but then a Willit's like maybe yay big.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not like the size of like a swallow or something. They're not like little tiny.
No, they're not little
Okay.
tiny, but a
Got it.
Sandpiper would be little tiny. So that's one of the things with the Sandpiper. They're kind of small. I think
I'm
we have-
excited about my next trip to the marsh because of your slideshow.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Pam.
so good. You're absolutely
Yes.
welcome.
All right.
Yay. All right. So.
Ooh, I think I got this.
choices.
Please tell me he's a Sandpiper.
No.
Oh, dang it.
So sorry. sorry. No, because he's got long legs, and this guy's even bigger than the Willit. So, and the thing, here's the other.
Oh, he's
key.
marbled, isn't he?
Yes, he's marbled.
Oh, I
exactly.
rushed it.
His back and the pink. Well, you wouldn't tell this from the name, but it's pink at the top of the beak, and then it's dark colored at the end. So this is the Godwit Days festival that they have in Arcata. This is what it's named
Well, that's
after.
what I get for not paying proper attention. I think I've seen the art year after year.
I
and
know,
yeah.
but sure, it's one of
All
those
right.
things. Yeah. So
Well,
cool.
then, do we get the last one?
Yeah,
Is
let's
there
do
a-
the, let's
can
do the
we have
last
the final
one.
slide?
Oh, please.
Okay.
This picture does not. I mean, it looks kind of big from this picture, right? But
Is
it's
he
a
little?
pretty tiny little.
So
nut,
that's the
yeah.
Sandpiper.
That is the Sandpiper.
Got it.
There's the least and the western. Those are the 2 most common that we have around here. And they also flock like crazy and very cool.
I've seen that. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really pretty.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
very nice.
Yes.
Go ahead and give us a comment if you want to. We're at homeworkhotline.tv. We're all modern and everything. You could even do it on your phone if you have data. You
Yes.
could just type it in on any device.
Yes.
And we'll be there. And then you'll just click in and you'll see us there.
Yes.
So, and then I keep tapping the iPad and I might have turned our page off. I think we're there.
No, you're there.
No, we're good.
We're
Okay.
good. We're good. We're good. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, we don't want to ignore you guys.
No.
Yeah. I thought I'd give a little bit of a review about what 8th graders are doing in math right now.
That's great.
And so I thought I would just start with a little equation, or we could even just simplify something if we wanted to.
Great.
So I'm gonna just go to the whiteboard, and then I'm gonna just kind of show you sort of. Some people are. Kids are not learning math the way we did when we were kids. And that's for good reason. The world is super different than it used to be. And so we want to teach math in a way that helps kids solve a lot of problems all at once. So actually, I think I'm just going to talk about simplifying.
Yes.
So if you have a 7th or an 8th grader, most of Humboldt County uses the same type of book. And so you're probably seeing these crazy things coming home with your children, or if your children, you're getting these. And somebody got their PhD actually figuring this out to make it a little easier. So this is where everything normal, all the normal math goes up there, and down here is opposite world. And the way we indicate opposite world is with a negative sign, because that's the opposite of everything. And then we put big parentheses around it. So if students are trying to figure out how to simplify an expression, I'm just going to make one up. So if they're trying to simplify something like 2x plus 3 minus, and then in parentheses, 3x minus 4. Most 9th graders and high schoolers fall down right here. So that second negative sign just gets them, and they get it wrong a lot. So I'm sure you've heard your science or your math colleagues talk about distributing a negative. This one spot gets them. So here's the beauty of this system is, first off, we color code things. So if it's a regular normal number, we color code it in blue. And this is normal, by the way, because it's just a regular old 3x. And then if it's something that counts for subtraction, we color code it red. So that's the first thing. Okay. So now 2x goes in normal world because it doesn't have any negatives in it. So I'm going to put a 2x up here. The 3 is normal. This says go to opposite world and put in 3x, a regular old 3x. And then what color do you suppose I should put in down here?
Red.
Yes. There's a 4. Now here's the part that gets really great, and kids do it really intuitively. Although I certainly have parents that complain because they call and say, I can't figure out how to do my kids' homework. And in 8th grade, that's super normal. Most grown-ups forgot how to do the homework. And so what we do on that is we tell them that school will do the tutoring a lot of times because it's hard for grown-ups to go back and learn all of the math that their kid needs to learn. So here's the thing. What's the opposite of negative 4?
Positive 4.
Yes, so this guy just flips up and becomes normal. And that solves this problem big time. And then what's the opposite of 3x?
Negative 3x?
Yes, look at that. Aren't you good? And now we can just get everything out of opposite world. Opposite world's done. We got it all out of there. And now I just have 2x take away 3x, which most kids do pretty reliably. Right?
And you're putting like terms like right
yes,
underneath? Yes,
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And so then what we're going to get when we simplify this, sometimes I don't even simplify it up there, we just write the results, is I get negative 1x. And then what's this final result right here?
7.
Yes, and that's the spot where lots and lots of 9th graders run into trouble because they go 3 minus 4 and they get a negative 1 where it doesn't belong. Right. And every math teacher in the world has graded that with that one error. So the beauty of this weird system that looks kind of funny to the parents that are grappling with it is that it solves a lot of problems before they pop up. Today my 8th graders solved huge equations and they didn't even know it was hard.
Wow, that's so cool.
Because they have the blue and the red and they have that funny opposite zone all dialed in. So just kind of a little
Neat.
sneak peek. And math does look a little weird these days, but the world is changing really quickly. And so we don't want to use 40-year-old curriculum to get kids ready for the world of today. That's not necessarily what they need. In any case.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that's the first time I've seen that, so neat.
Yeah, and then we have actually pieces, so they actually have little blocks. So they have blocks that are X's and blocks that are 1s. I just streamlined it today just to show that color coding piece. Anyway, so
excellent.
8th graders throughout the land are doing homeworks that look kind of like that.
Neat.
Yeah, color coding. I'm always frowning at kids going, what color is that term? And they go, oh, it's red. And then everything gets fixed from there. So,
right.
Yeah, it's a pretty useful thing.
Very useful. Oh my goodness. That's very cool. Is there a brain teaser possible? Well, just before we do that, let's move on to birds, more birds.
Okay.
Now this bird is kind of, well, I'm not going to, because I'll give it away, so here we go. This is a cool bird that we have around here. I think it's a migrator, or I'm not sure that I would have put it in here. Yes, all those are migrating birds. So this bird is either a ring-billed gull, a Heermann's gull, or a Caspian tern.
Oh my gosh, well I don't see a ring on the bill. So that gets me down to 2 choices, I hope. And then he doesn't really look like a gull because he's got that sharp beak, and I think that makes him a tern.
It does. This is a
Yay.
Caspian tern. They are
Okay.
really cool, and they're diving birds, big time, like a pelican does the diving to get
Oh,
the
I
fish.
love that big dramatic
Yeah,
boom into
it's
the
really
air.
cool.
It's
And
amazing.
when the babies follow this, they make this high little like that, and you hear that noise. I'm like, oh, it's a tern. It's up in the air because the babies follow, and they're sort of like it's a communication thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's lovely.
it is very
How
nice.
amazing. I can't imagine how baby birds learn to do that first dive, because first you have to learn to fly.
I know.
And then you have to jump into the water. Like, those are some big
Birds
moves for
are
those baby
brave.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them have to jump out of nests that are like super high into water, like a wood duck. A baby
Yeah.
has to just go jumping out of the
Done.
nest, or is all nice and cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had bird's nest. I had robin's nest in a tree right outside my bedroom window, so I got kind of like a really like front row seat.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the babies fledged and they never came back. I was thinking, like, my teenagers, they come back all the time, right?
Yes,
Like,
right.
yeah, so my fledglings are not fledging. They still live at home.
Yeah.
And I just assumed that the baby birds would come home for a couple weeks, like to get fed and all that. No, they flew and they were gone. They never came back to the nest.
Wow, yeah.
So that was kind of a reality check for me.
That is.
I pointed it out to my children, but it didn't help.
Do you see these robins? Well, why don't you behave
Watch
like
their
them?
fledging. No, my guys are young yet. They don't have to fledge yet.
Did they come out of blue eggs?
No, they didn't.
Okay, there's your clue. Right there. Let's just cut it off. All right, here's another choice. You have two
All
more
right.
choices.
Oh, that's a gull
That
for
looks
sure.
gull-like, huh? Yeah.
Yes. And is that the common gull that we see most around here?
No, it is not. It is red-beaked. That is an unusual thing, and also it has a gray, all over gray body with dark wings. So we are only seeing it around this time of year.
Ah, okay, got it.
Well, yes, before it
And then do
migrates.
our normal seagulls that we see at the beach, do they migrate?
Not to my knowledge. They're California and Western
It
gulls.
seems like we see those
They
year
have.
round, huh?
Yes,
They do.
Yes, they've
Uh-huh.
done well. So you back to the bird.
Yeah.
The bird is. We need to see the bird, please. Thank you so much. This is a Heermann's gull, probably named after some German person, I would think.
It looked
maybe
like it, yeah.
Heermann's. Yes, I really like them because of their red bill. Then the next
he's
one, the
lovely.
next and final
Oh,
bird
good. We're just going to finish our quiz.
is this one, even though it looks like the normal California Western.
I
but
think I got this.
Yes.
Ring-billed.
Yes.
Yay, I'm giving myself another point.
That's it, and you should.
Okay.
And you should. There it is. It is a cool little bird.
He's got those lovely points on his tail, too, those little white
They
feather
are
tips. That's really
beautiful.
pretty.
Very
Yeah.
nicely colored. Yeah,
Oh.
the coloration's very cool.
I'm always excited when I find feathers on the beach.
I know
Because they're so amazing. And to
they
look at just
are.
the engineering and structure of how the feathers, like they zip and unzip together. And
Yes.
or to wave them back and forth and feel them push the air. It's
Yeah.
like just an
It's
amazing little piece of
incredible.
engineering.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear them also when sometimes you can hear them flapping as they go by. Even
Oh,
crows.
we have crows, and they're loud flyers. So
They
they're like
are.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like big boots in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's why owls have special feathering so that when they do fly, you can't hear them.
Right. So they don't
well.
scare the mice and
They
stuff,
don't
so they
scare
can
the
pounce
mice.
on them and eat them.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. We had a great blue heron came to our pond and ate all our fish
Oh,
in downtown
no.
Eureka.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
He was like 4 feet tall. He had to like run to like take off down the driveway
That's crazy.
with a belly full of my koi in his tummy.
Oh no! How awful!
And they're smart. He comes back and checks once in a while.
Oh, I'll bet he
so
does.
now all we have is salamanders. I don't think they're yummy because he doesn't eat them.
We had
Yeah.
glass over our ponds because we had that same
Oh,
problem. We
yep.
had the same. It was an egretter. I think.
Yep.
But we're so happy that you guys tuned in to watch.
Absolutely. And then Homework Hotline will be back on the air next Tuesday. Thursday, the
Tuesday.
camera crews are off
1
doing
week.
something else. So please tune in again, and they'll see you next week. Bye.
Yay! See you. Bye bye.